Welcome to the Local Spotlight. I'm your host today, Mike Lorton. Sorry, Chris is out. And today we have guest Pete Fraley with us. So, how's it going, Pete?
Good, how are you?
Oh, doing good. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself, a little background,
Yep, so I am 19 years old. I grew up here in Jersey County. Actually, Chris, I was water boy for a while my brother played basketball when he coached the St. Francis Knights. So whenever he asked me to come on the show, I was actually pretty excited about it. Right now I go to Lincoln Land Community College up there in Springfield. I've got about 3 weeks left till I'm pretty much done. I've got 1 day a week after that, and then going to get my associates in ag business up there. But pretty much about 2023, I was approached by a cousin of mine about joining up and kind of doing this spray drone business. And I'd heard a little bit about it, but I mean, I didn't know enough about it, I guess. And kind of went with him for the summer of 22. And 23 came around, and he was like, hey, we can grow this and we can make this something big. And we definitely have. And I think maybe more than he even wanted to do with it. But I mean, still, he's been along for the ride. But yeah, so I mean, in 2023, we had goals of like 4,500 acres, what we set it at, which we thought was going to be plenty. Started with one drone. I bought one, and he had two already, kind of combined them, became partners. We went to some local farmers, picked up some local guys. Obviously, my dad farms, picked up his acres, and then bounced around to a few different guys, tried to pick them up, and we did. And first year, we ended up doing like 12,500 acres doing it. So yeah, it was honestly really cool. And then kind of progressed, and ever since then, we pretty much doubled. So I mean, this past year in 2025, we ended up at like 25,000 acres. So
whoa,
yeah,
dang, 25,000.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it's I don't know. It's been there's definitely a lot to it. It's not just getting into it and firing up a drone and spraying with it or whatever. There's a lot of communication things. There's mistakes that can be made. We've made some mistakes, but I mean, you're mixing chemicals. You're out in 100-degree weather for a month straight. I mean, there's a lot of fatigue to it, but
it's not sitting in a room controlling a drone.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot more to it. Meeting with customers. I mean, keeping everybody happy. I mean, when you got that many acres, and you're talking a month and a half stretch, so I mean, it gets to the point where you're talking. You've got 15 guys calling you throughout the day saying, hey, I've got this field ready or got this field ready, uploading maps. I mean, it's a 4:30 in the morning till 10:30 at night, and then when you get home, you're either making invoices up or uploading new maps or getting fields ready for the next day. I mean, it's a month and a half long grind, but I mean, it obviously has its perk to it. Every career like that has its perk to it, but with that, I started selling chemical. That was in my senior year of high school. So I guess December of 24, graduated and jumped into this whole chemical business. And with that, I was able to offer also, like while offering the application business with the drones, also jump into the chemical and get some guys some cheaper pricing and package it all together and save some people some money. I mean, the farming economy as it is right now, everybody's trying to save that extra buck or two. So if I can help some guys out in any way possible, I've been doing that. So
it was drones. Then did you kind of seek out the chemical because of the drone?
So like I had a connection to a guy in Southern Illinois. Got a really good relationship with him now. He's just like, hey, he's like, while you're doing this, like you're doing a good job with the drones, and if you're already going to be out there spraying the chemical, why not it's fungicides what we're spraying with those. So like while you're spraying those fungicides, why don't you try to sell them? And obviously I make a little bit of money off of it, but at the same time, I mean, I've been saving some of these farmers. I mean, like, so I can sell a package for a premium chemical for about $35 an acre, completely said and done, applicated and everything. Whereas some of these guys from other places were getting it for like 55 up to $60 an acre. So I mean, yeah, I mean, I can save a guy that much, and it's
and when you're doing like I don't know how many acres, what?
So like when we started, it was like we were shooting for 250 acres a day. So you're talking I don't know, like they say like 40 acres an hour. Well, we at the end of this past year had a good year, reinvested everything back into it. We've got 2 brand new smaller units, which they call like a T60. So that's about like a 65 acres an hour drone. So it'll fly about 30 mile an hour. The new one that we just bought, which just came out the end of this year, is called a T100, and it'll spray 45 miles an hour. And you're talking like 90 acres an hour at that point. So we're getting to the point where we need less units and we need more. Like the drones are getting to the point where instead of running 3 or 4 of them, you're running 1 or 2 of them and still doing just as much work, if not not doing more acres an hour. So it's definitely been a growing and ever changing thing. I mean, shoot, by the time we usually buy into one and you get to that season, there's usually something that's already coming out and latest say, it's I mean, it's ever changing. And I started selling them for a guy with the chemical connection. He's like, hey, if you want to get into this and learn a little bit more about it on the drone side. So started selling them too, and offering like insurance with them and like the whole 9 yards, getting legally done through all the FAA paperwork and all that. So we'll get a guy completely set up, give him a demo day so that way he gets used to the whole, because it's not, you can watch videos online, but until you really get your hands on it, it's something to,
there's nothing like having somebody who knows what they're doing show you how to do it.
It truly becomes a science. I mean, you can once you get it figured out, and I'm not saying I'm perfect at it, but I mean, we've been successful with it. So if I can help people along the way, I absolutely would like to. And just with that, I mean, the weird thing about these is like when I bought into it, whenever I was a senior in high school, essentially, it was, I think I paid like $32,000 for it. And then you're looking at a same unit that does double the acreage now, and I can get a guy into it for like around 40. There has not been very much change in prices on them compared to the amount of work you can get done and your profit margins, I mean, that much wider on it. So for the people that are looking to get into it, I mean, it's something to look into.
Dang, wow. Might have to think about getting in the drone business.
Yeah. And it's honestly like, I shouldn't say conflict of interest, because I'll help anybody along the way, but there's so many acres out there. I mean, it's like I can't personally cover them all, but I mean, the guys around here, we don't turn anybody down because we're always willing to go pick up another guy. We've got a good employee basis. I mean, there's guys that I can call and they'll be there in a heartbeat because we treat our employees good enough. I mean, they're getting paid. They're getting paid worth their while. So, I mean, I've got guys that'll take a day off from their full-time job because they're going to make more money coming to me, and then also just having that friendship to where if I'm getting a pinch, I've got guys that will absolutely come and help me out. So.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I meant to ask, what are like people's, I feel like drones are obviously a pretty new thing. What were people doing before drone? Like, how are they applying the fungus?
So like there's, the biggest thing was like a plane or a helicopter, and that's been around. Everybody sees the yellow plane that flies around Jerseyville or pretty much any town and banking down close to the road, and we're not trying to replace them by any means. Do I think it'll eventually happen? Probably. My boss that I sell the drones for has 5 to 6 helicopters of his own. And his main goal out of the whole thing with selling drones is to get his pilots onto the ground. Obviously helicopter's cool. Everybody wants to fly around in one, but if he can make sure that he doesn't have guys up in the air, there's a lot more that can go wrong with a helicopter.
Like from a plane or helicopters, like that's a very tricky maneuvering to do.
Exactly. And with that too, I mean, we're doing, in my opinion, a better job of, if you watch a plane when they come up to a power line, they're obviously going to go over it or go under it. I mean, that's their main goal, but for when we're doing it, we're staying at a constant 10 foot, keeping the same speed until we come to the end and turn around. So, I mean, we're actually making sure that we hit.
You get a better application.
Exactly. You're getting it where, and I've seen them fly up to, they're up to like 50, 60 feet and they haven't shut their booms off yet. And they're just praying that fungicide hits the corn. And it's like, I've got customers that like have come to us simply because they believe we're doing a better application. They've seen it firsthand. They compare yield maps too. I mean, they've been spraying fungicide for 5 years straight, and then you turn around and compare those maps from when they switched to us to when they did the plane. I mean, it's just, you can tell right where they're starting to taper off, or they're not quite getting as good of an application as we are on it. So
I mean, that just makes sense, just by how it's done.
Yeah. Taking a lot of risk out of it for the pilots. I mean, like I said, we're not here to steal anything from anybody, but at the same time, if we can do a better job and make that customer, I mean, if they're going to pay that $35 an acre, we want to make sure we're doing as good of a job as they can for them. So.
Oh yeah, because I mean, I'd assume that with the crop dusters, there's the customer's still paying for all of the chemicals that are being wasted.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh man. How long? You said like you're shooting for like 250 acres a day.
So that's what we used to shoot for. So like now we're shooting for, I mean, we run 3 different rigs. So we run like pretty much it's just a trailer that we built. I and a couple of my buddies have built decks on top of that are like, they said about 6 foot. Like your feet are going to sit 6 foot above the deck of the trailer. And then so realistically you're about 13 foot off the ground by all said and done. And just to be able to overlook the whole cornfield, or I mean that's the main situation that you get into is overlooking a cornfield. But we get them set up to where they'll hold like, right now we're set up to hold like 750 gallons, or sorry, no, 1,000 gallons on our newest rig. And so I mean you're talking 500 acres. So we're actually starting to upfit them because we're hoping to hit that like 750 acres a day goal. That would be an ideal situation. So it all depends on where you're at too. Like if you get into like where I live is like Richwood area, so there's a lot of cut up fields, a lot of fingers. You're not talking square 80s or rectangle 80s or anything like that. So that's been the biggest thing. Like if I can get down in like a East Hardin Bottom or like even east of Jerseyville, I mean that's a 750 acres a day is easily achievable. But you get down into like those cut up fields and patches and stuff like that, I mean you're talking like, that's when you're talking the 250, 300 acres a day still. So,
but but that'd be the same with anything.
Yeah,
else,
exactly.
though.
I mean, it is. It really is. And we don't turn, like I said, we don't turn anybody down when it comes to that kind of thing. Obviously, you're going to want the bigger fields. They're better. They're easier to run on, I should say. But I mean, that's not something that we turn anybody down on. We always say you take the good with the bad, and you have to do that with everything in life. So.
Oh yeah, and that's great that you guys don't. You're not just money hungry.
Yeah, no,
you're looking to serve the community.
Yeah, we're not handpicking anybody when it comes to that. It's, like I said, you take the good with the bad with that, and then try to serve everybody as best as possible with that. So.
Oh, I gotcha. And just kind of, I don't know, just curious for me. How long can one of these drones like fly for?
So like when we send them out, you're talking, they keep changing with the different models, but like the ones that we mainly used last year. So they'll hold like 13.5 gallons. So they're going out and doing like a little over 6 acres at a time. And you can send them out, and they've got a little timer in the screen that'll tell you like what their data was on that load, how many gallons they sprayed out, what time of the day it was, I mean, speed and everything like that. And I mean, you're talking typically like 5 to 6 minutes, and they've got that 6.5 acres or little over 6 acres done. So it's it's just I mean, they just, as soon as one comes in, fill it up, swap the battery out. I mean, as soon as it's done filling up, you send it right back out. It's monotonous. It happens just, I mean, every 5 minutes, every 5 to 7 minutes probably, and they're in and out. So,
yeah, I was curious because I know that's like a big thing with drones is they can't fly forever.
Well, and that's what I keep, when you tell a guy that, hey, it only sprays 6 acres at a time, they're like, well, it seems ridiculous. And I'm like, well, until you witness it firsthand, whenever for the longest time we were running, I'd have a guy that was helping me, and we'd run 2 drones off of one trailer. Well, they're getting to the point now where it just makes more sense they're efficient enough to run one of them off of a trailer and then just may have one focus on that drone and be done with it. And that's where you're getting the more acres out of it. Once you start getting 2 of them and taking more time to unfold and get prepped up and ready to go, by that time you could have one of them spraying a quarter of the field already. So.
No, I gotcha. And like, yeah, people being like, oh, it's not really spraying that, it's got to keep coming back and forth.
Yeah.
I think what people need to realize too is that like in this new generation of stuff, I don't know if you've seen like the drone lawnmowers or anything.
Yeah,
They take forever to like cut everything. But like, it might be monotonous or it might be but like at the same time, that's not a person doing it.
Yeah, exactly. There's no fatigue. I mean, you're gonna have wear and tear or whatever, but there's no fatigue. When we send him out, as soon as that empties out, it raises up to what we call our RTH, so return to home. So it's gonna return to home, and we fill it up, swap a battery, send it right back out, and it's going to go to the most efficient route possible and fill in. It just has automated lines, and it'll fill them out. And, it's going to adjust for everything, too. I mean, it knows the most efficient way of doing it without any wasted chemical or any wasted time, realistically. So, and they're only getting better. They're starting to use, like, LiDAR imaging, so like it's going to take a 360 image the whole time that it's spraying, so that way, like, hey, if there was a power line to my left of me here when I just went past, and it's going to turn around, it's going to know that power line's already there when it comes back. So it's either going to jump over it, go around it, whatever it's going to do. It has the AI built into it to tell it exactly how to deal with those certain situations. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So they're from what we started with to what they are now is, completely night and day, and it's only been 3 or 4 years, I guess, at this point.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So it's all pretty much automated now. Was there ever a time you had to like pilot them yourself?
So we still do. If there's some certain, so we do a lot. Like we've done a lot for like the state of Illinois, like on the wildlife side. So if they've got like Lespedeza is a big one that comes down into some of the wildlife areas. We've got to spray some of that down with with certain chemicals,
Sure.
and then because we will do like a little bit of herbicide work on top of like fungicide as well. Do spot spraying if you've got a lot of weeds along the field edge or something like that, and you don't want to drive a sprayer out there, or even on corn. Like if you got that's a lot of the things we do in like late August time. Once we get through fungicide season and then get through like that busier season, we've got spreading season too, because we can spread seeds through them also, doing some cover crops and stuff like that. So when we get through that, we'll start spot spraying, and that's been a really, I guess, a big thing for us that we never really even thought about. But it's kind of like in those jobs we have to just charge by the hour, because it's going to take me longer probably to drive out there than it is for me to actually get out and spray it and then load everything right back up and send it out. So it's been a really big thing. The spreading's becoming slowly better. For a while there, it was kind of like some of these crops that you have to spread are like, they might be 40 pounds to the acre, so you're in and out. Well, now we can the newest one we just bought, we can carry 250 pounds in it. So yeah, dang. So it's getting to the point where it's making it more worth your while having us do it. It's just, and it's becoming easier as an operator to be able to do that as well. So
yeah, gotta get with the times.
Oh yeah,
choose the best way.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess kind of like final thoughts. What would you like, farmers or potential client? What would you like to share with them?
I guess, in everything that I've ever done with life, if you make that phone call to me, talk to me. I'd love to meet people in person. I think a good first impression on everybody usually works out pretty good. I farm myself. My dad farms. Everybody tries to treat that world as like kind of cutthroat, and it does not have to be that way at all. I've got the business separate from the farm, and I'm always like, any way that I can help somebody out, or if they're having an issue with where they're at now, whether it comes to the chemical side of things or even like the application side of things, it's like if we can help them out in any way possible, I'd absolutely love to. So like make a phone call, line up a meeting, anything like that. The times are changing, and I think there's a lot of people that kind of, I shouldn't say are behind on it, but just need a little bit of guidance to it, and they can kind of understand it a little bit better.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I could see how old farmers just want to do the same old thing.
Oh yeah, I get, and I always get that when you're talking to them before you actually come out there and spray, they give you that old like, oh, this is the way we used to do it. And I get that. I mean, it's hard to get people to break habits sometimes, but then they're out there actually watching us spray, and then you kind of start to see a smile on their face or a little bit of amazement from them, and
Starts to click.
oh yeah, I mean, it really does. Yeah, yeah.
All right, man. Well, any other thoughts? I think that's about all the time we have, though.
Yeah, that works for me.
Well, thanks for coming in, Pete.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me.
All right, man. Take care.
Yep, you too.
Pete's company is Fraley Aerial Applications, LLC. Find them on Facebook or contact them at 618-535-7383.